program. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Sam Shane.
And I'm Adrienne Moore. We wanted to know tonight what's at stake here. CBS 13's Lamore Abrams is live at the state capitol for us tonight, looking at the trade in the cap and trade. Lamore?
Well, Adrienne and Sam, the governor says there is a big trade in cap and trade, and it comes in the form of clean air. But he's having a really hard time convincing even his own party to extend the state's signature climate change policy. So we looked into what's at stake.
No, the poor people are off.
Cesaria Godina is so grateful she no longer has to pay for electricity. The elderly Sacramento woman stood out in triple-digit heat, showing us how her new solar panels use the sun's energy to power her home.
None. For 3 months, we don't have to pay none.
The panels were also free as part of the state's multi-billion-dollar cap-and-trade program, aiming to reduce our carbon footprint.
Those solar electric systems are expected to offset 630,000 tons of greenhouse gas emissions by utilizing this clean, renewable energy.
Grid Alternatives, which helped install the panels, is one of 100,000 state projects paid for through cap-and-trade money. So how does it work? The state caps carbon emissions, but lets polluters, big businesses like oil refineries, pay to release greenhouse gases. So what do we get out of the deal in return? The Air Resources Board, which regulates polluters, says cleaner air.
Millions of metric tons of CO2 equivalent in the state.
Phil Cerna sits on the board. He says his scientists calculate carbon emissions. According to them, cap-and-trade programs are credited with reducing 15 metric tons of CO2 since 2014. That's equivalent to taking over 3 million cars off the road for a year. But there are a lot of skeptics, many Democrats and environmentalists, who say the policy allows polluters to release toxic gases into the air as long as they pay a fee.
We don't know all the politics, but we need to not have something that's going to hurt our kids.
This Bay Area science teacher brought one of her students to listen to the governor's rare climate change testimony.
Earth is telling us right now that it's being harmed. Like, there's a lot of signs like floods, hurricanes.
That's one reason why Godina back in South Sacramento went green. That and to save some money.
$60, $70.
Now, if approved by the legislature next week, the cap and trade program will be extended until 2030. Again, that vote is taken up by the Senate on Monday.
All right, Lamore Abrams reporting live for us tonight over at the state capitol.